I love baseball, but yearn to play in America. I would look across the water and dream about the great time they must be having there. I bet it's not so great. Dang it, I'm at the wrong country.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and the Harley situation continues to basically burn out of control because Harley refuses to respond to it. It is now, I don't know, week 2 or 3 of Harley refusing to allow people to comment on their posts. They haven't posted, they've only posted one single time in August. One single time in August, and they got ruthlessly destroyed in the quote tweets. They blocked anybody from replying, but people were sharing the tweet and then sharing their own opinions on it. Harley, this is not going away for you. And by the way, my local paper here in Milwaukee just had a front page article about this. It's about to get a lot worse. It's not just the woke stuff. My local city is calling out Milwaukee is calling out Harley Davidson for sending jobs to Thailand. I mean, this is going to get far, far worse for Harley Davidson. So let's get you all up to date. By the way, if you're enjoying the videos, all I ever ask is that you leave a like on it and you subscribe or follow down below. And if you so see fit, if you're in a position to, I have a locals group. It's like a private Facebook group for my viewers. Follow me there. Locals, thequartering.locals.com. For example, if you want to support me, it's $5 a month if you want to become a subscriber there, and you get kind of members only live streams and things like that. But you can see, like today, for example, I've got the pre-chat going. So if you join, you can take part in the live stream chat right now. I could say, say hi, you're on camera. So anyway, we've got people talking about computers and all this kind of stuff. So it's just a great community to be a part of. So, it looks like you're like, we'll go back to it and check on their response. A group of more than 200 Harley Davidson dealers wrote a letter to corporate accusing them of shipping dealers too many bikes during a time of slow sales. In response, Harley admitted they needed to cut down on motorcycle shipments due to lagging sales. Harley refused to tell the Wall Street Journal how our movement has impacted their sales. If we haven't impacted them, I bet Harley would say so. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet that that's true. I would be willing to say that that's true. Also, it's, it's tough. It's early. It's early to have affected their sales because, yes, you have Sturgis going on right now, and so that's probably usually a sales boon for them. I suppose we're going to see if they had, if they can compare sales numbers to last year from this year. But right now, exclusive Harley represents more than 100 Harley dealers are dumping on the letter. Said Harley shipping dealers too many bikes when sales are slow, requiring them to spend too much money remodeling their dealerships and taking other measures that are hurting their profits. Harley has said it had plans to cut motorcycle shipments in the second half of the year to bring them in line with retail sales, so sales are dropping. The company has suspended facility upgrade requirements. Dealers at the front of the line of Harley's sales efforts, often serving as community hubs for the Forge connections, blah, 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 blah. Activist Robbie Starbuck, who has led a social media campaign against companies he considers woke, has targeted Harley for their LGBTQ causes and things like that. Harley Davidson spokesman declined to comment on current sales, but said a broad customer base is good for business. Harley shares closed Monday, trading around $35, down 5% on the year. This is the wild part. They're completely turtling. Then look at this. The guys at Columbia War Machine were so done with Harley Davidson after finding out that Harley went woke that they decided to destroy their Harley in protest. You're going to want to watch the whole video to see how this one ends. It's legendary. If Harley wants to fix this, here's a roadmap. We'll see if I agree with it. A public statement apologizing for falling out of alignment with the expectations of Harley riders. Do not gaslight them into a statement. Tell us you recognize now that you lived up to the United We Ride. You realize that the company can't push anything that will divide people. I agree with that. End all donations to divisive social causes, including pride events. Agreed. Stop participating in woke social credit score systems like HRC, the CEI score. I agree with that. Fire CEO Jochen Zeitz. He's the person who allowed all this to happen at the company, and riders don't trust him to fix it. It's clear from his past interviews that he's committed to wokeness, not Harley Davidson. I'd agree that's true. We've seen several interviews that have that would fortify that opinion. End all ERG groups, end support for the Equality Act, which has nothing to do with equality and in fact would result in biological men being allowed in our daughters' bathrooms and sports teams. Drop all trainings that refer to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Drop the white male-focused diversity training and do not gaslight about this. End supplier diversity programs, which in reality behave like quotas and focus solely on procuring the best supplies. I think most people buying their bikes would agree with that. Drop plans to produce some United States motorcycles in Thailand. We're going to get to how my local community is reacting because, again, I live 5 minutes from Harley headquarters, maybe 10. You want to be America's brand, then you better make it in America. Exit any professional associations based on race or preference. Do all of this and they'll come back.
Y'all are gonna want to see this, okay? These legends at Columbia War Machine, that's their YouTube channel, they decided, you know what? They'd had enough of Harley's wokeness. They saw our campaign exposing how woke their CEO is and the direction the company's going, and they did the most American thing possible. Check this out.
Making this video today to prove a point that not everybody's gonna bow down to this woke crap.
All right, well, that's cool. Whoa. See you later, Harley. Good for them, but also more bad news about the CEO and more bad news for other companies. There you go. People are saying hi. Oh, you can't see it. The screen's too small. People are saying hi in the chat anyway. So join the locals. CEO of Harley Davidson says he became the Taliban in a sustainable way when he became a board member, and he admits he's trying to take on capitalism and redefine it. Literally what? This is the guy that makes motorcycles. This is a guy that took over a company that survived because of capitalism. He says that him and his, quote, woke friends have a better way of doing business that's not just profitable from a financial point of view, but also from a social and environmental point of view. He sounds like an enemy to traditionalism and capitalism, which by proxy makes him just plain unfit to lead Harley Davidson. It's clear to me that his goal is to inject left-wing views into Harley, even if it means destroying an American icon. We've seen many companies take this road, including Bud Light. This is unacceptable. He's tarnishing the reputation of dealers by not doing the right thing. Most dealers do not agree with the woke actions taken by corporate. This is the thing. That was very evident during the Tractor Supply debacle, where all the local Tractor Supply places were like, no, we don't agree with this, and you're hurting our business. That's ultimately, I think, what got Tractor Supply to change, is that their local franchises, their locations were getting crushed into oblivion because farmers don't play that stuff. Other quotes from the video. Then I became a board member at Harley Davidson. Now you could ask, what am I doing here? Of course, Harley's all about the sound and the smell of Harley Davidson, isn't it? So I became the Taliban again in the sustainable way. I decided to create a sustainability committee, which I'm still chairing today. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure Harley riders would prefer more sustainability, more reliability in their motorcycles, more than, worrying about climate. It's so insane to me. I mean, here's some other fun facts about Harley Davidson. Okay. Just shared by Robbie Starbuck moments ago. If you bought shares in the year 2000, 25 years ago, your stock is worth less today than it was back then. It traded for $49 a share in August 2020 versus just $36 today. In 2006, if you had bought at $74 a share, your shares are worth less than half of that today. The Harley Hog stock has underperformed the S&P 500 index funds since woke CEO Jochen Zeitz took the helm. What excuses could the board possibly have for keeping him and the wokeness that brought him in? This is exactly the point. Like, you can just look at the financial fallout, the financial plays, or the financial repercussions of this guy's decisions over the past few years, and just know that, well, it would appear that DE&I and all this kind of stuff isn't exactly helping your company make more money. And now we get, again, to my local coverage. This is the Journal Sentinel. This is the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, where, Harley is a Milwaukee staple, right? This is where all the Harley festivals are every year, all this kind of stuff. Look at these headlines from this morning. Harley Davidson kicks American workers in the teeth by moving some production to Thailand. Here's TMJ4. This is also a big other local news. Totally disgusted. Harley Davidson owners outraged over the news that the company is moving some of their production to Thailand. We have supported Harley Davidson for a lot of years, Chuck said. You heard about the Harley Davidson announcement to move some of its production from Wisconsin and Pennsylvania to Thailand, even though the motorcycle maker says it is a, quote, temporary transition. Chuck says that if the move becomes permanent, he is done. Why would you not buy anymore? Asked reporter Rebecca Clough. Oh, would you not buy anymore? Absolutely, Chuck answered. Downtown Waukesha bar owner Robert Gonzalez, this Waukesha's suburb of Milwaukee, local insider baseball here from me. He's heard similar statements all weekend. I mean, it's almost a huge consensus that if the new owner follows through with what they say they're going to do, then they are selling their bikes, said Gonzalez, the owner of Michael's Funky Monkey. I happen to know exactly where that is. The move has also been hot topic online, both in emails to TMJ4 and in comments on our Facebook page. The comments range from very sad, worried, to totally disgusted, while others have said, not surprised, it won't prevent me from buying a Harley. Well, if you think that moving jobs as an American company out of America, okay, and if you say don't care still buying a Harley, then you're a cuck. Then you're a low T beta male. You're probably voting for Kamala Harris to tell your other cuck friends that you're not racist. I'm so sick of these companies that are like, oh, we're American made, American pride, America, America, America. And then they go, it goes from that made in America to assembled in America to imported to America. That's a natural transition. And look, I know some part of this is our own fault for the ever-ending, never-ending, much cheap stuff journey that so many Americans are on. But when you decide, hey, we're going to leave Milwaukee and we're going to go somewhere else, there's going to be a price for that. The Harley stock, not doing well. Short term, okay. But, you don't really know until new sales come in. New sale figures will probably be trailing many months behind this backlash. So my word of advice to you is to keep the pressure up, to keep telling Harley they suck, and to make it toxic for them to advertise online, on Facebook, X, or anywhere. Absolutely inundate them with constructive criticism over their decisions. It will hurt their sales. Look what it did to Bud Light. We have the power. You've always had the power. Now it's time to use it. I hope you get a second to check out my locals, which is like my private Facebook group, thequartering.locals.com. Consider becoming a supporter at $5 a month. It's immensely helpful. Not required, but very much appreciated. And we'll talk to you again real soon.